All right, bless. Really appreciate it. Nice. All right.
Heavyweight division right now, stacked once again. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. I want to just get your perspective. How does it stack against your era? Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, Mike Tyson. How do those guys do against these guys? Have athletes gotten progressively better, bigger, better, faster, stronger, etc.?
Well, I would say they've gotten progressively bigger. As far as the technical soundness of each fighter, you know, they're learning right now. You look at Deontay. Deontay started out late, so he's still learning. Tyson Fury started out late as well, but he's still learning. He's learning because, you know, these guys don't have competition. They don't have guys their own size to really go against to make them better. The only time they do that is when they fight each other. So, you know, they're learning, and each fight they're learning even more. So we're just going to see who learns the most and who takes it in and who's able to bring that out in the fights.
Is it weird being on this side now that you are the older generation, when in your time they were comparing Mike to Muhammad Ali, who would win, etc. from that time, and now they're comparing these guys to your generation? Do you have to kind of pick and choose?
You know what? They're always going to do that, and I don't blame them. You know, people always say, well, if you could go back in history, who would you fight? I don't know. Probably maybe Foreman, because he's a tough guy. I wouldn't fight Muhammad Ali. He's my hero. And I don't like to cross eras.
Okay.
So when you say, boy, you know, you look at this era and look at last era, which would, you know, how do they compare? The only thing I can say is this era is a little bit bigger. The last era was more technically sound.
I have to imagine at some point in a era there is a dividing gap. Could a Joe Louis fight a Deontay Wilder, a Rocky Marciano, a guy who wasn't even 200 pounds, you know, really fight, and, you know, who's considered an all-time heavyweight great?
Yeah.
Could he fight an Anthony Joshua, a 6'6", 255-pound behemoth?
Yeah, I look at it this way. Once you weigh over 200 pounds or even 210, you can fight anybody because that's your weight class.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about, you know, the fights going on right now.
Yeah.
Charlo's super intense. These guys are all about it. They seem like throwback fighters. Where do you rank them in this middleweight game? So many out there. Canelo fought last week.
Yeah, they're up there. They're up there. I mean, these guys live and breathe boxing. You can tell. They don't even want to talk. They want to fight. Like, yo, you know, put me in the ring. I don't even want to. Don't ask me no stupid questions. Put me in the ring. That's the impression I get from them. They're happy being champions. They love being champions, and you know, they're carrying around their belts. They're proud of their belts. So, you know, for somebody to come in here and beat them, it's going to be difficult.
They're students of the game as well. They go back. They can go back in boxing history. I want to know if you see any similarities with them. You know, Jamal's with Ronnie Shields, etc. They have that real Texas style. Is there anyone that you can see that they kind of remind you of? Maybe middleweights of the past?
Yeah, I know. I say they have their own style, and that's good to have their own style because, you know, the sport needs people with their own style and their own personalities. I think the sport's missing that. So these guys bring a breath of fresh air to the game.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I got a quick question.